How's it going, JTV? My name is Tim. Today we're going to be taking a look at the WE Gas Blowback AK74, and that's what I have in my hands right now. And I have to say that of the WE Gas Blowback guns that I have had the privilege of taking a look at and firing, I think I like this one the most. I've always been a fan of the AK. I have a TM AK Beta that I like a lot. I very rarely use it because it's kind of flimsy and it's not very practical to use because of the lack of rail space and the features on it. And that's one of the things that I like a lot about this WE version of this AK, because this thing is rock solid. It's completely constructed of metal. There is a polymer handguard and a polymer pistol grip, but everything is nice and solid on here. Even the folding stock is nice and solid up against my shoulder, and it has some awesome features on it that make it much more practical and much easier to use and easier to operate, especially on the battlefield. Number one being this selector. Okay, this selector has a tab right here that allows me to use the selector with one hand. That's always been a major problem with me using my AK. Some people don't have a problem with it. I know a lot of guys that use AKs very successfully, but for me, I like the AK. It's always been like my practical side has always taken over and be like, you know what, I'm just going to use my M4 because I'm familiar with the features and I can operate the gun easier. But just having this little tab on the selector switch makes this gun so much easier to operate, especially with one hand. You don't have to turn the gun over and use your opposite hand to select your fire selector. Also, built into this selector switch is a bolt catch. So you pull the bolt back, put the selector switch up, the gun is in safe mode and the bolt is locked back, making it very easy to operate the hop up that's on this gun, and also makes a very satisfying clack when you get this gun ready to go. Additionally, it has this tab on the side that may look kind of funky at first, but it definitely does help assist in reloads. You can reload easier, reload much faster. It cuts down on the margin of error. If you didn't have that tab there with a traditional AK, you might be fishing for the receiver a little bit. You definitely have to take your eyes off the gun to look at it, but now I can keep looking at you and reload this gun without any issues. I don't have to take my eyes off the target. So those two things make this gun very practical, very effective on the battlefield, and that is a big plus, and that's why I like this gun a lot. Additionally, I mentioned the build construction is solid, even with the stock folded to the side. This thing is very compact and very cool. All metal gun does have a very orange, very metal flash hider, obviously required by our federal regulations, but that doesn't take away from the gun's build construction. I am very curious to see how this thing shoots. I hope that the internals are as robust and it feels just as awesome as it looks to fire. So let's bust the chrono out and take a look. Alrighty, looks like our WE Gas Blowback AK shoots in the neighborhood of 350 to 370 FPS or so, which is great for close quarters combat with green gas and a .20 gram BB. One feature I forgot to mention earlier on in this video is the fact that this gun comes with a side rail adapter, so this will allow you to put a rail segment to put optics on this gun, making it even more adaptable and more user-friendly, especially on the battlefield, something that I like a lot. This is a really, really cool gun. The construction is very solid and it is super, super fun to shoot. The bolt, as I showed you, is very big and very heavy, so it transfers a lot of recoil back into your arms and your shoulders, so it feels very, very realistic. This is a lot of fun to shoot. This is great for Milsim players because the magazine only holds 30 rounds. So this is extremely realistic, not only in how it feels, but how it operates as well. Check out the WE Gas Blowback AK on our website. It's for sale for $320.10. Don't know why they added 10 cents in there, but that's the way it is. My name is Tim. Thanks for watching GITV.
I'm Deputy Joe LaMonaco. On behalf of the LA County Sheriff's Department in association with Airsoft GI, I want to remind you that your airsoft guns can be mistaken as actual firearms in public. I also want to remind you that never, ever take a firearm near a school.